what I know is when I do initiation, people get all excited. See the amount of people who join live when I do initiations, watch it. And then when I talk real life embodiment, people tend to be like, ugh. I don't know. I like the good vibe, but I don't really know about the other thing. And I'm like, but there's everything. Everything is right here when you take it to the next level. And so many people stop because they stay in this like first step. Anyway, I will start because I can actually share this with all the people who want to watch the replay. Hello, Crystal, Simona. I missed the initiation. I'm here for the embodiment. Yeah, so it just depends. Most people are pretty much the opposite. I promise you that. I think it's hilarious. So hello, everyone. Welcome to part 2, which is all about light embodiment. And so before we start, I want to do a little recap. So the first one was the 1111 portal initiation. And I enjoyed it thoroughly because they were very specific. Now, what does it mean, an initiation? On the 11th, the initiation is literally initiating a new potential, a new field with which and on like we can co-create in the next like cycle. So it's not just like, oh, this is a good feeling experiences right now. It's like, this is the potential I get to play with, I get to anchor in and embody and all of the things. Now, what happened was it was a unification. So it is called an initiation, but in reality, it was an unification of your emotional heart and your higher heart connecting with Mother Earth, right? And so all of that, see it like a heart, connecting with Mother Earth, all of that is destined to come into physical manifestation through your embodiment. And the embodiment meaning not just you are the one, but actually you see the reflection in your reality. You see the results in your life, your relationship, your mission, your health, your wealth, like all the good stuff. You will see it. You will feel more free. You feel like all the things. So the initiation is not just a like one-day initiation, it's actually leading into this 12-month new cycle. And so today we will go more into the embodiment. And then the last one they called integration. So that's something different. And we will see what they come up with like in the last, like next week. So for now, I am curious, like if you've been part of the initiation on the 11th, what happened? What afterwards maybe did you realize, like have things been coming up just to kind of check, and so we can move into the next part. And if you did not listen, no worries, it's on YouTube, you can just listen it, or it's in the email. If you Google for it, like look for it, it's there, it's not gone. So let's see. For a moment, if you have been listening, and actually, if this is you watching the replay, I would go first, like listen to that one and then come into alignment with part 2. But you can do it any other way, right? So it's up to you. But take a moment to acknowledge the first initiation rather than, and this is what a lot of people do, they go to the next and the next and the next. And they wonder, like, why is it that I don't embody? Why do I not get results? Why is life not manifesting abundance and joy and mission and purpose and all the good stuff? And it is because there's no intimacy with the acknowledgement and the embodiment part where we go deeper into today. A lot of people are looking for the next solution, the next quick, the next. But these are cycles I'm actually giving to you, or we are giving to you, which will lead you on your path. It's not a one size fits all. It's not like, oh, you do this and then, but there is a pattern. And that's what I do a lot with this work. I show you the energy pattern through examples, but also through literal practices so that you can understand more of how do I attune to this. It's great to receive this light, but how do I embody this? Let's see what's happening. Let's see. Hold on. Where did we get? Lots of childhood trauma, which I thought had previously been healed after awakening serviced. Yeah, like a unification happening, right? Unification. It shows itself, and now there's the light, and it wants to catch light. All that stuff just wants to like become light, and that's why it shows itself. Deep ancestral trauma wants shifting and healing. Ooh, that's so good. So much love. I loved it and took a new move. I realized I'm ready to move into action. Great, towards my mission. I'm making my plan. Yes, so clarity. Been having my many awarenesses coming up and very clear meditation. Love that. Yes, I recognize the purging of old stuff. I love the embodiment part. Lots of energy shifting. That is really good. Co-creation is happening. More money, feeling in the present moment. Ooh, I love it, Kathy. Many threads of all stories came back through, and I could be with them in my higher heart more and release the pain for the flow of life. Oh, this sounds so good. Can you feel how good this sounds? Because this is it. Like, I can be with it. It's painful. I feel the pain in my physical body or in my emotional body. I can just feel the pain, but I'm ready to be with it and ignite it with light. And I'm not fighting against it anymore. I'm not trying to bypass it, or like, I'm not doing any of that, because I realize all what comes to service is here to serve me, and I'm here to serve my light. So let's lead it into greater light. Shifting and sleeping a lot. Working on being worth in my ancestral roots, changing for all women. Wow. Release of heart matters. Yeah. Problem with the landlord again. So that, but people are very kind to me. And so if you see patterns coming up, pay attention. Look at the emotional part in the pattern, look at the mental part in the pattern, the physical aspect, like the energy aspect, look at the pattern. It is showing itself to you so that you can unify it. That's what it is. Wow, the infinity energy shifting signs coming through you. I had the exact same ones with the 8/8 August portal when I first connected with you, started seeing you. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, they show it to, yeah. I'm just the messenger. That's it. I'm the messenger. That's it. Yeah. I love that message. Shifting daily, some overwhelm. Exactly. And this round, when they surfaced, I noticed a major shift from victim consciousness to the awareness of my true essence. And this is it. This is available. This exactly is available for us to be able, like, before we knew this was best to do and still sucked in. Now the energy is in a specific way where we really are able to detach. And from that detachment, we can come in a different way, in an initiated way. We talk more about that whole process today. So that's going to be very, very good, the alchemy process. And yes, the pain felt currently physically, chest area and throat. Yes, I had that a lot too. First, I was like, what is this? But it's literally like triggering points to show you, like, I want to be cleared. Like, this wants to be out of the physical body. A lot of physical things, like, let's elevate this physical body. Let's elevate this pattern. Yeah. I want to say a little thing. I already want to say stuff, but it's okay. So, and if you have that going on in your physical body, look at it, a couple of things. Look, is it one single focused thought, a one single focused emotion, or is it like multiple ones that start to carry you away? The emotions becoming like bombastic, or the thoughts just like kind of overruling you. And when you see that, just hold it and initiate, like, allow the heart to open, to soften, allow that spot to open, to soften. Be okay with the vulnerability. Be okay with allowing the shields to kind of soften and the shields to open. And that can be a very, very scary thing if you are sensitive like I am, because the world has been hurting me a lot. So when you are now in a state where you're like, okay, let's open it, but you realize you are a different person than as a child, teenager, you can now hold this level of empowered, like, openness. You don't need to hide anymore. This is going to be like so important for all of us. This transition is going to be really, really important for all of us, intuitive leaders, like empaths, all of us. My resisting is fading. Also, I experienced additional clearing of old wounds. It passed after about 2 days of being with it. Yeah. I became aware of patterns and traumas now in here to learn how to feel and embody the pain to go through it. Trauma triggers, and also seeing me growing above it, giving me more self-love and feeling it. Exactly. Yes, it's so much better. Love it. Yes, lots of physical things releasing, spine, solar plexus, big. Yeah, you can just feel all the things. Now, the thing is, you can also not feel anything, and that's also really good. You know, it's not like, oh, if I don't feel all these things, now I'm missing out. No, some people feel things, and maybe the next time you will feel things or not. So there's also no judgment or comparison in this. It is just what it is, and it's perfect how it is. Love what you will do. What you do will have to come back after. Yes. Okay. Vulnerability, dropping of the masks. Like it's all of this. Can you feel how it's shields, like just shields that want to be released? And that's the unification into pure light, so that the old trauma activation can be one with the new, which is a stabilized force of energy, where you are literally connected with Mother Earth, and you are the heart and the center of this experience. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about the embodiment of that. And before we start, I want to know, what is your intention for today? What do you hope? What do you desire to get out of this experience today, or maybe in the next months or in the next 12 months? Like what, when it comes down to light embodiment, is what you really, really want to embody, to manifest, to experience in the reality. So not just in an experience of light, but actually in this physical exchange with the world. It's always so important to set these very clearly. You will hear me say that every time, because when you direct energy, the whole can, like literally your tribe, your guides, like the energies can actually move towards that clear focus point. But when you're shattered or not clear, or you're waiting for signs, nothing happens. So start directing energy towards that, what you want, the intention, because it helps the energy beings, like the light beings, to actually add onto that experience. It works that way. Let's see. Even though I miss the initiation a lot, for me, about being unsafe and being the sacrifice shifted. That's special. Sometimes you just feel the energy anyway, right? Connecting within. So that's an intention, co-creation. I want to heal my body, to feel more connected, embody enough to take action. I'm opening to receiving wealth through my true mission. Divine empowerment essence present here, embodied now. I desire to open up more and hold my frequency even when the energy around me is overwhelming. Open up, giving up resistance and reaching higher. Giving expression to what I want to express. Integration of divine energy and earthly energy at all times, so flow is always present. Beautiful. To transmute resentment into unconditional love and bestow this light on all fear and programs that are not in alignment with the force of love. Co-creation. To walk my highest timelines with ease and grace. Unconditional love for the whole world. Ignite my greatness and dare to act from it and show it. To feel more connected, radiate love in each situation, feeling grounded, balanced, focuses on health, embodiment of love and joy. And so if you're focusing on health, what do you want to experience? Like, be more specific. Like, do you want to feel radiant? Do you want to feel energized? Do you want to feel vibrant? Like, what is the energy you desire to experience? To be centered. I think for being a leader at eye level, I love that. Co-creation, integration, and empowerment. My intention is to embody and express more of my higher self, be centered, act from the heart, be in receptive mode, be able to express my thoughts and feelings, expression of my divine potential. I want to let go and be my authentic, joyful self. Hello, Jennifer. Overflowing with light and having perfect divine discernment. I allow ease and joy in all areas of my life, more self-love. I desire to love life, connect, work from the new frequencies, let go of fear of rejection. I will not be able to go over all of them. Embody my gifts, co-creating, being resilient. I desire vitality, firmness, being me, being close to me, anytime, anything, anywhere, standing in my full potential, magnify my gifts and clarity. So many beautiful intentions, and that's why I love it, because now it's all in our field. And so this is co-creation, okay? When we come together in circles like this, in gatherings like this, in meetings like this, it is a co-creation. And so it's a co-creation between you and me. It's a co-creation between all the physical people here. It's a co-creation between us and our own light tribes. And then it's a co-creation between all of our light tribes together. So let's welcome in everyone, right? Not just us as physical beings or the people listening to the replay, but also all the guys. Just before I came on, I said, is there anything specific I need to know? And it makes me teary, actually. Oh, I didn't expect that. And they said, no, we just want you to know that you're doing so well. And they never really, like, I never really asked, but they did. They like, oh, I'm like, okay, this was like, I was more like into what do I need to know for the people, right? What is important for me to bring forward? And they were like, no, you're just doing so well. And why am I sharing this? Because they really feel that for you too. Okay, I want you to have a moment that you just breathe in. You are doing so well. You might have critical things and how you should elevate and do more and do like all the things, but the truth is you are doing so well. You are in physical form. You are igniting light every day in small moments, in big moments. You are here co-creating with each other in order to ignite even bigger light for yourself, for the world. You are doing so well. And you are more than enough. So I want you to like breathe this in before we start anything. Because if I talk embodiment, people tend to go into how do I, and I will share it, but I want it to be received from I'm enough. I don't need to embody or figure out more. I'm enough where I am, because that frequency will allow you to perceive the energies and will allow you to become receptive to what alchemy really is. It's not a stepping plan, although I will give you steps. It's a state of being. And when you can release your nervous system and you can open your heart and you can allow yourself to be enough where you are, whether you had big fights today or misalignment, it doesn't matter. You're alive on this planet. Who you are is more than enough. And so the alchemy will happen from a place of, it's like serenity and surrender and unification and love for self. Love for self. How much they love you, love yourself equally. They really want you to understand this concept, because if you do, you forgive yourself all the time, like how you would look at your child or your best friend or your sister. This is how they want you to look at yourself, because that is a state of receptivity where you can be who you really came to be. And you also get to be human and maybe make some mistakes, which is truly experiences of life, which allow you to expand into a different level, a different position. Like it's perfect as it is. I'm enough. Yes. I'm walking the path of beauty. Beauty before me, behind me, above me. Yes. Releasing of tension, was shown the importance of laughter and giggling. Yes, good feelings. Like who doesn't like love to laugh? Love to laugh. That's an interesting one to say. So who doesn't love that? Like it's an expansion of the heart. Can you feel that? This is what we're going to talk about, the alchemy part. Like you just have different ways. So if you laugh, or if you love, or if you play, or if you feel inspired, or if you feel excited, what happens with the energy? Right? You're starting to expand the field. And so let's dive in before I take a sip. What a beautiful healing, yes, loving energy. That just opened me up. Thank you so much for that, sharing that, because that is exactly what they want. And if you wonder, it's all from me. I just can feel their feelings. And then they remember me of that moment in front of the mirror. This is how it goes. And I start to feel the tears, which is opening me up, right? That's why I feel connected. And then the message flows through, and they want you to feel that too, so that you can receive. So that's how it works with me and them, which is pretty amazing. Now, when it comes down to the initiation, it is beautiful to understand what portal you are in, but it's an understanding with the heart and with the body. It's an emotional understanding, it's an energy understanding, and it's not a mental understanding. A lot of us, when I would ask them, that is what the thing is, are still operating a lot on the frequency of our mental bodies. And I did something in one of my classes yesterday, and I want to give you a little peek just to feel the difference. Or it was this morning, I don't even know where it was. But what they showed me was, when you're operating as a human in your daily life, feel the energy you have available. Just see yourself, witness yourself when you're just doing your ordinary thing. It's very limited, right? It's like, it's just enough for the routine, literally, of what you're doing. It's not like massive amplified energy. It's just like you get through with that energy through the day, and just enough so that you go to sleep, and that will be about it. If you're just operating on a human level and you are plugged into human energy. Now, then there's the next level where you allow yourself to plug into soul energy. And when you do that, you feel higher frequencies coming through. You feel like energy is moving, time stands still. Like you feel just, there's like, when you would like look back at a day like that, you would say like, I've had a great day. Can you feel that? Like, it's like next level. When I tap into that energy, I feel creative, I feel inspired, I feel blissful. There's just an abundance of energy flowing through me and my connections. It's just so delightful. So we can also start to create and embody from that level. And now what they showed me yesterday is that we are equal to the planetary systems. So just for a moment, like grasp the concept that, think about Mother Earth and how radiant her energy is. Can you feel that in your field, like how big that is? And then how you usually position your energy when it comes down to Mother Earth. This morning they said, you pretend you are an ant, like this level of energy. What they now say is we have access to the planetary energies, okay? This level of energies is here for us. But what needs to happen in order to have access is we need to expand our field, not our physical body, but our willingness to live into greatness. So just imagine for a moment, just feel into what it means if you would expand yourself. And now the earth is as big in your mind as you are. Okay, so you expand yourself. Can you do that? I'm just checking. You expand yourself so you really feel this. You can either see it, you can think it, you can draw it, you can decide it, you can do a lot of different things in order to shift this perception you are now having, because there's a context in it. Like the earth is big and I'm just living on the earth. Basically, a lot of humans think that, right? I'm not really, like the earth is something big and I'm an infinite, and I'm actually not, because I will be on this earth and then I will go away. So there's this mismatch in how we perceive our own potent energy. Now, when you are actually, and it was interesting because yesterday, for the first time ever, I would hear people say, I couldn't really feel the vibration of the planetary like energy. And it's because if you're not matching up to the level of greatness of a planet, you're unable to receive the same energy back. So if you want to embody your mission in a great way, your relationship, your health, your wealth, like whatever it is you want to embody in a great way, it's you matching up to the energies of planetary systems. There's an infinite potential, a unified field available that if you would operate from your human, you would get human results. If you operate from soul, great, you get bigger results. It feels like people watching you are like, how is she doing that? How is he doing that? But then when you start understanding, now is the time we start to allow and co-create with planetary, and they showed like big waves of energies, like in beautiful, colorful, crystal kind of energies, rainbow colors. But you can only alchemize this in reality, what you are able to receive. So if you're not open to other energies, but you're focused on the mind and you're just operating, what starts to happen is you will just do ABC. I wake up and I follow the patterns, what other people and humans do. And then I get the relationship, I get the job or the business or the money or the things, what makes sense. When you open up to your soul, you're actually saying, okay, I know I'm infinite. I know I have so much more. Let's bring in the light. Well, that already starts to create magic. Just feel how your field starts shifting. If you are a match with light, with your own light, like it's flowing in, you receive light from the earth and you start expanding. Wow, okay. If I start to make decisions from this level, if I start to create a vision from this level, and if I start to lead in my daily moments from this level, things will start to shift at hyper speed. And when I'm ready to allow the planetary energies in, and not everyone wants that, not everyone is ready for that, but if you want big moves in your life, this is the energy. So if you want to embody massive light, greatness, far beyond reason, far beyond what you can comprehend, this is the field you want to operate in. Anyway, let's go back to you now. What is landing in this piece? I love this a lot. Like I see Maud. Yeah. Well, it's here. And I know for Maud, because I channel for her in private, right? She's one of my clients. This is her game to be played. And she's been waiting for this game like forever. And now it's here. So some of you will feel like, okay, I was waiting for this thing. I was waiting for this bigger thing. I was just not moving with the speed. I want to move mountains on this planet. I want to shift this planetary system. Can you feel, if you tune into this, how you will be able to move systems and change like big things energetically, so that we pre-pave the path for next generations into greater ease and presence? Because now it's not fixing the old, it's pre-paving a new path for ourselves and for the ones who are coming after us in. And they're like, wow, they have a different energy anyway, so they can slide into this beautiful created atmosphere. Because now most of that energy which is weaving through us is old collective energy. Okay, but now we actually have a gift, access to these bigger like fields, and now we can create, embody, alter physical things in next level ways. Let's see. Let's see. Everything is landing. Willingness to be in greatness. Yes, we can operate at hyperspeed when we tap into soul energy. Music to my ears. Yeah, opening up our field and allowing planetary energy in. This is great. All these energies, and your energy expression of joy is priceless. Okay, thank you. She sends me private messages, so you will not see it, but she sent really nice messages. It's fun. Opening to the Milky Way. Yes, I totally understand, know what you're saying. Yeah, it's almost like you feel it, you understand it on like in a resonance, you can experience and understand it. Maybe it's like your mind is like, how? But if you just allow, that's why they said it's enough. You're enough. Open your heart, allow. The human probably wants to know the how. I've been thinking on this since yesterday. So amazing. I'm open and becoming able to do this. Shifting into greatness of unification. Oh, I like this very much. Yeah. Fantastic to open up old limitations, universal. And it's already working. The energy shift has already happened. Look how the great awakening of the world has begun in Iran, where the youth are breaking down old paradigms and rebirthing in the world in unity, love, and peace. Like, it is available. And we can look in the areas where we see the confirmation, which sometimes is nice for our human. And we can also look at all the people who tell us off. No, it's not happening. Look at the terror. Look at all, like, we're not here to live in that world. We're here to create the new. And so, new path, not fixing the old. Yes, someone actually asked these questions today to me, also in a private conversation. And she said, when I talk to people, they always tell me, because I'm talking about the new, I want to ignite the new. And then they say, well, you need to fix the old. And I'm like, so I was channeling the answer. It's not really that. You can actually ignite the new. This is all alchemy. You can ignite the new and understand that the old will actually upgrade its way in the slipstream. But some of us just enjoy the rituals of purification, which is fine, because then we get to experience that, also fine. But they did say, and they never give it really advice. They said, we just strongly recommend not only to focus on the old stuff. I thought that was pretty funny. Like, it doesn't matter if you want to clear and focus on the new or only focus on the new, all is well. But just focusing on the old is just not where we're leading ourselves into, because if you understand, and I'm talking alchemy, alchemy is energy direction. So let's go a little deeper into that. Alchemy, light embodiment happens through alchemy. Just embodiment, just look at children, they learn to walk. It's not necessarily light embodiment, is it? It's embodiment of walking, it's embodiment of talking, but it's not, we're talking light embodiment. First day was light unification, and now it's light embodiment. I'm not talking your ordinary, like we learn in this life all the physical things as humans so that we can move through this world and operate. That's an important part, right? To learn to be human. Like, let's face it, how to breathe, how to move your hands, how to like do all the normal things. But then what happens is most people never surpass that level. They stay in the repetition of the old paradigms, of the conditioning. And there's nothing wrong with that, because there's a moment and a place for lives like that. But we now have access to lives of greatness. We did all of that, and now we get to transition into the next, which is alchemy. Light embodiment is alchemy. What do I mean with that? I mean, you choose the source of creation. Are you creating from your human? We all know how it feels. It's usually instant response, saying yes when you really mean no, and later on you're like, oh. It's just operating on automatic pilot, like doing the things, and you know, you're not really in it with your heart, you're not invested, you're just doing the thing. Yeah. If you create from that in your relationship, do you honestly think you will get the most fun, loving romance in your life? I don't think so. You operate first on the frequency of love when you fall in love. So then it's like you get the initiation, right? You get the source provided, which is great because you don't need to focus. You don't need to do anything. You're in love and you just feel all the feels. This is actually available. And this is just really clear in relationship. When you are in a relationship of 10, 20, 50 years, depending on the source you are plugging into. So now you plug into your soul's energy. That means connect. I do this now with food, so I can explain that little food thing I do because I was eating a lot of chocolate. I breathe in, and before I put anything in my mouth, I ask, is this adding to my self-love? And I promise you, ever since I started doing that, because I'm now tapping out of a different source, which is love, it's very easy to lose weight and not to eat and to be out of the pattern. This is a clear pattern. We do this with a lot of things: impatience, anger, frustration, resentment, lack, all patterns. When you see the pattern coming, do you have a clear go-to, or are you just automatic piloting, humaning your way through the creation? That will get you very human, repetitive results. When you start to understand how to press the pause button in specifics, how you initiate this specific part, just feel for a moment, what is your thing right now? You can do it with multiple ones, but just master one first. This is embodiment. It is mastering one piece first and then the next. Mastering it, and then the next. That's how I also embody all the things in my life. And when you look at the results I've been creating, that's why it works. I focus on the one thing, I master it, and that can be fast. And then I do the next. But a lot of people are so spread. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, and they do exactly nothing. So when we talk about alchemy, this specific thing you want to alchemize, create, manifest from your light potential, what is that? And from what source, creation source, are you plugging in? From your human, your soul, or are you reaching out for the infinite potential, which is like massive? And I'm so ecstatic to start working with that energy because it's new. It's new. They showed it. It's new. Right after the 11/11, this is what we get to play with in this upcoming year. And it means we get to play with this forever. It's not like it's an initiation and now it's available. And now it's up to the humans to choose. It's not that they will pull it away from us. It's like it's here now. But a lot of people are so busy with their own minds and their own things, they're not realizing the gold that is available for you, which is the energies available. There's so much energy for you to alchemize and it feels so much better. Just feel for a moment. If you would, I don't know, respond automatic pilot to your partner, okay? Not really nice, okay? It's done. Doesn't really feel that good. Or you're like, oh, let's connect with my love. Let's connect with his beautiful eyes. Let's connect with the fun and the playfulness and the joy and the sensuality and all the things. And he comes home. You are completely different. This is how you want to alchemize the situations in your life. Instead of automatic piloting and then expecting massive results and feeling so frustrated because it's not happening. Of course not. Because there's not an experience into plugging in and then allowing your energy field to vibrate with this clarity. Have clear intent, ignition happening here, and then moving through there. So another thing they showed, oh, I'm going to read some comments before I continue, because I don't want to miss out on anything. Let's see where I was. This topic is very triggering for me. My energy gets very hyper on this. Well, you can, if you do not have to do anything, that's it. Because if you go overboard, you're not connected. We want to be grounded in the energy. Can you feel that difference? This is an important part, and I will share that. So I will go into it because that was my next step, like how to alchemize. So it's actually grounded. Falling in love with yourself, moreover, being in love with yourself, congruent feeling in what you do. I'm glad I'm here today from the infinite potential. Love this. Yay, let's dance. Wow, and I realized I was scared to lose it again. That's why I did show up for myself. So now they also showed this more physical way of how we can connect with it in specific. So imagine, let's do the partner coming home. It's pretty clear, or the child or whatever, right? Just do as like you meet your mother or whatever. You have this human in front of you, but we can also have mission, money, health, like it can be any topic. And now instead of just doing what makes sense for your human, you're like, okay, let's alchemize my light potential. Let's not just jump in. Let's take a moment to actually pre-pave the path. And pre-paving the path means I'm feeling, vibrating with the intention and the focus, what I want to experience in this moment. So if we have the partner, I'm feeling it. It starts here. Yeah, it starts here in the heart. I'm feeling it. I'm envisioning it. Yeah, this is here. So these are important portals to use. It's not I'm thinking it. It's like I'm envisioning it in beautiful details, in how I really want it. It's not a repetitive product pattern that I see coming again. It will be like same. It's like, ooh, let's focus on this. Let's allow this vision, this thought, this seeing, this experiencing of what it is, the creation. And now let's feel it here. Let's feel it here. And then let's add, see, this is the opening, right? This is the feeling and also the opening to the next feeling, which is usually an opening into greater intimacy. If you have a specific relationship pattern with your partner, sometimes you lost a little of the intimacy with self. You started to react out of these layers rather than to really feel the love. Yeah, this is with everything. We start to see it as a thing, or more like, oh, this is how, no. This is the opening, the cracking open of the shield. And now the second chakra, actually allow me, no, first the third. It's interesting. The third chakra, that's where you allow it to land. Okay, so you envision, you feel, you see, you imagine, whatever you do, and then you allow this to open. It might be that you feel emotions. It might be that you feel tightness, all of the things. Do not worry. It's just here to be released. Do I need to pay attention? You can if you want to. again, but you can also just go in the bigger scheme and then it will elevate automatically. So depending on what's comfortable to you, okay? But it might be if you open this that you feel pressure points, emotion, things coming up. Because if you just had a fight with your partner or you have a specific thing, it might be that it's stuck somewhere and it wants to be released, okay? So that's something you can expect. Not to stop, just to understand it wants to be released. Then this third chakra, there you want to become present with it. That's where the embodiment, this is the creation part, but this is the embodiment part, okay? Third, second, first is the embodiment, going through the legs, okay? So when you now start landing this energy, this beautiful wide energy in your third, and you're literally grounding it by taking it down, and you might want to put your hand there and you feel your hand there. I'm here, okay? You feel it. Can you feel it? Yeah, it's a grounding. It doesn't stay here because then it stays in the, like in the infinite potential quantum field. We want to bring it into physical embodiment. So we want to bring it into our physical body. And that might be taking a little adjustment of the body because it's new. So it might feel tense. It might feel like weird, uncomfortable. That's a calibration to this new world you're creating right now in this relationship. Okay, so it's calibration. It's not a bad thing. Then on the third, you just allow it to ground, click. And then from that, you're actually allowing it to click all the way through your legs to your feet. Okay, so the third is connecting with your feet because that's actually where you walk. Now, it's not just connecting to that, it's actually also connecting to your hands. Okay, so the chakras in your feet, the chakras in your hand, the third chakra are fully connected. They're present in the being. Physical being, okay? They're present in the inspired action. The second one is actually giving you the magic. It's giving you the enjoyment. So you want to, if this is ready, so you feel it in your hands, you feel it in your third, you feel it in your feet, and what you feel is you feel the connection within. You don't need to feel the same sensations you feel here, but you allow it to kind of become more compact. And now the body starts to understand how to move. Now it's no longer the mind calling the shots. The body just knows. Your body is very wise, especially if you're ignited with this present energy. So the body starts to kind of get used to this new reality, this new way of being in your physical body. It's a very physical thing. Now, if you then illuminate the second chakra, I can see so many particles of golden light. So what you do is now you fill up your field from the second chakra everywhere with sensuality, with playfulness, with joy, with light, with peace, with magic, with greatness. You fill it in with that what you want to alchemize. Make sense? So we create the alchemy here by allowing this to open. We already have a subject of choice. We allow this to open. We allow ourselves to vibrate with the energy. We allow this third eye to activate the new in the relationship. We do not see the old here. We see the new, how we have this beautiful, we see it, and we expect, and it's okay, that there will be a calibration happening and the trigger points will be felt, but it's okay. It's okay. That is you calibrating to a higher potential. Know this. Yeah, but I need to feel flow. Really not. As you calibrate, what they shared with me is the calibration is not necessarily feel comfortable. But when you are embodied, I'm just showing you how to get embodied, right? When you're embodied, you will no longer feel that. Then it will just be automatic. Yeah, that's available. The next automatic pilot, which is greatness. But it's an attunement. Now, the third, you allow it to ground and come into this third chakra, and then that illumination and that like rounding into the physicality. This is if you feel you're all over the place, go back. Okay, that's not how you manifest. All over the place, then you're missing the third chakra. You're missing your feet, the connection with the chakras in your feet, and you're missing the connection with your hands. Because the truth is, when you start then to engage with reality, you sprinkle all the gold from your second chakra in your field, which is the flavor. Can you feel how it's now down here? It's not up here. If you allow the second chakra to sprinkle all the, like the magic, It's like real experience in the now. It doesn't go all the way up. It's like it's here in your field. It's already here in your reality. Do you think if you now walk to your husband, he will feel a different vibration? I think so, because you're very grounded. So it's a physical experience. They might not be able to say there's something, but they feel the like they feel the energy. They feel your joy, even though you will not say anything, because they can see it in the physicality rather than you saying, okay, I will do it. And really, you're not in the game. This is getting you into the light game. And then people start to feel it because you feel it. When people are embodied in what? In light, in negativity, you feel it. It's like, even if you would not be very sensitive, people feel it. They're not stupid. So when you now start to alchemize this light embodiment in your body, and you start leading with this in your life, do you not feel that instant change is yours? I promise you, if you go after this call, not in an overdrive, see, that's the thing. Grounded energy, presence. Can you feel the difference? This is important. Not like pretending now I'm so happy. No, you're genuinely happy, and there's no need to be loud or to be over. It just pours out of every single cell. Even if you would stay quiet, the joy is feelable. This is the energy. This is what alchemy of energy and alchemy of realities does. A lot of people try to talk their way into it. Doesn't work. Think their way into it. Doesn't work. Pretend, do all the things, manipulate. It's you being in the body, in embodiment of your light, what will bring it into your life. Yes? Let's see. Thank you so much for this. This was exactly like, let's see what's landing. I'm curious. Had a fancy party dress with the unicorns last night. I love it. I can feel it. My body starts shaking. Well, it can be. There's an energy transmission. Let's see. There's a direct message. I was late because I misjudged the time. Well, I received the energies from the beginning of the call because it was my intention to be live on the call. Of course you do. And you can listen again. Okay, I will send it out tomorrow. So if you want to, yes, exactly. This is it is. Alchemy sounds like something which is out of this world, like magic, but it's here. Now, I'm just now talking about alchemy of the soul embodiment, like alchemy of now the universal forces is actually the same, but you want to direct it to bigger causes than just your relationship. Can you feel that? If you would alchemize like planetary systems and you force that in your relationship, it's like that is here to change collective energy. So you can also do that, but you kind of feel the energy. Imagine your partner receiving the Earth's energy like full in, like it's a little, like maybe too much. So you use that, or you can use that to actually alchemize new realities. So if you're very much someone who's, for example, thinking about a specific country or like a cause to your heart in the world, use this, because this is available. Now, of course, in the Circle of Light, we do this too, but you can do it in your home on your own now too. But there's just more joy in doing it together, but you can also do it on your own, right? Depending on what you want. Yes, I used to build Gaia crystalline grids, very beautiful. Yeah, and now it's almost like there's all new realities being built. And so the building the grids is because we are the grid, basically. And that's the difference. We used to call in and build grids, but now we are the grid. And that is what is different. So now you can be a grid of specific codes and then alchemize this in your love life, in your mission, in your gifts. Because if you alchemize and then you can like fluff it up with all the second chakra goodness, it's here to be enjoyed, this life. Yeah. So loving this. Alchemy is magic. There aren't even words. No, it is. And it's light embodiment, but it's here to embody light in your real life. Like a lot of people just experience life in light in initiation. I'm like, oh, you're really missing out. You can actually like work with this light and embody this light in real results. And you will know because you will see the results. This is if you say you're doing it, but you don't really see the bank account growing, or you don't really see new clients walking in, or you don't really see greater love and romance in your relationship, or you don't really see like how your children are feeling like open and receptive and happy. You will know if you're using this because you will see the results really fast. Can you understand that? If not, it's like, I'm probably still automatic piloting, humaning my way through my life more than I do this other thing. If I just lean into this other part of alchemy more than my human one, I will see results. So just do 50%, little bit more. Then you already see results. If you do it 100%, of course, hyperspeed. But it doesn't have to. As long as you're doing more than 50%, with the intention, with how you like direct the energy with alchemy, that's what shifts your life. How do we achieve that alchemy and joy? So it's a constant process in your life. And so it starts by you declaring what you want, okay? It's not the God's universe telling you, okay, let's do this. That's really not how it goes. It's like, I want this experience in my relationship. I desire to impact with my mission, and it feels like this in this way. I love to have this level of body or health in my life. I love this level of prosperity and wealth in my life. And then being willing and consistent. See, this is the thing that most people miss, because you can listen to this call and get the information, but getting the transformation is something else. So I will talk more into that, how I believe that works. So I want to share more, because this is also, you tend to forget that it's actually a Black Friday extravaganza. It's a whole like class. And then at the end, I drop something, because I think that is the most extraordinary program I have when it comes down to embodiment. It is the first program I ever created, and it is the program in which I share all of the tools, and they too, on how to embody your light in the most profound ways. So I'm talking about the accelerator. It used to be my soul mastery, but then they came in with divine wealth empowerment, and now it's the accelerator. They changed the name. And so it is the same program, but it really is not, because the level and the intentionality and everything started shifting at hyperspeed. So that is really exciting. And so it's a 12-month experience, because how do I go into real transformation? That's a question, right? How do you go into transformation? Well, you go into transformation because of consistent, like connection, consistency. It's like, how do I lose weight? Well, consistency. How do I get stronger? Consistency. How do I build a great relationship? Well, consistency. And what is not in place when it comes down to light embodiment is consistency. I do an activation here, I do some meditation there, I do a course here, I do a lot of little things, but I'm a breathing, living light being. And so having a place which is home and where I can be in my light and understand how to alchemize this consistently into the world, and where I can plug into a frequency, plug into the tools, plug into the house, and then bring it in, and being patient with myself, that is changing. Just today, I got a message from one of the people in there who I love dearly. And she was like, for a while, I was like, why am I actually in? And I love that. She's really honest, which I love. And then she said, now I know, today you said something and it just hit home. So a lot of the times I am saying a lot of the things in just different flavors and colors until it lands. And when it lands, it clicks into place. And when it clicks into place, the reality starts shifting. But first, there's this inner reality that starts to shift before you can embody, be it. There's an initiation, and then there's this embodiment coming after that. Let's see, it's really a game changer for me. Me too. Accelerator changed my life. Yes, the accelerator. Sigrid, please come and brief you on root chakra. I'm just going to go into that, and then I go back to that, because otherwise I'm all over the place. And so I want to invite you in. It's a high level space. It's a high level container. Am I ready? Yes, you are. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Okay. It's not, but it is, it's high quality. It's like this level of teachings coming through there bi-weekly. And then we have a weekly Q&A where the questions are just next level and the channeled answers are also. So that will give you access to the even more how-tos in the specifics, and you literally can ask there anything about life, about your mission, about business, about relationships, about self, about food, about planetary thing, whatever you want to ask. Like, it's a very multi-diverse place where just great channeled messages come through all the time, all destined to embody, to bring you into alignment and into embodiment in life. So there's bi-weekly classes, embodiment classes, similar to what we are doing now. And then there's weekly Q&As where you get to ask all of your questions and to listen to the extraordinary answers that are being channeled for others, because it's as good. Really, it is. People always say, like, okay, I didn't have a question, but I got all my answers, which I didn't know I had, like, I got them. And so that's how it works. And then what we added is we actually now have, which I love a lot, is a monthly practicum, because I realized on my retreats, the energy, the connection is just so fulfilling and profound. So what that means is you actually get to co-create for real with the person. So we are on Zoom, and then on a specific topic, you practice, whether it is energy or channel, like it can be a lot of things, expression of your, like there's a wide range of things. And every month I'm allowing the current energy and I'm allowing the current thing what wants to be embodied in our being to come through in these classes. And it's really not a class. It's more like I do an introduction about the like exercise, the practice, and then you meet up with someone and you have like 45 minutes to co-create and to practice, because I'm a lot about practice and co-creation. I'm not a lot about just kind of hoping for it to land and then coming back and sharing it. And honestly, the sharings are always so beautiful. It's like a mini retreat. I feel that, right? It's like a mini experience in a retreat. So that's really good. Then you also have access, and I don't know why, but it is extraordinary, to 5 days a week, a message on a specific topic. And so that in itself, I hear a lot of from my clients give so much consistency, because this week we were talking about elevation, how to elevate in your next level. We talk about opening the heart. We talk about becoming unshakable. We're talking about the expression of your, it doesn't matter. Like, I have a new topic every week, and then you get 5 mini classes, 5 moments of inspiration, 5 channeled messages every week. And actually, when you join, you get to access the entire embodiment library, because this is focused on embodiment and on alignment, because there's like classes all over. So when you come to the accelerator, you get access to the foundation of that, where I teach you exactly the steps, okay? How to like become clear on what you want and what is important to you, what is fulfilling to you, like really create clarity. I do that through a blueprint, and we create new ones, because they seem to get fulfilled pretty easily. It's funny how I called it a fulfillment blueprint, because I hear a lot, like my clients just have a lot of fulfillment blueprints, and meaning they are fulfilled. The desires are there, and then it comes into physical embodiment, which is really next level. That happens all the time. Like the things you might think now are big, in a year from now, you look back and you're like, everything happened. I just promise you that, because it happens. And then some of the things did not, but they're either pretty close, or you're like, not really important anymore. Usually that's how it goes. And so working in this like clear method, because it's clear, but it's also a lot of transmission, and there's connection, and there's consistency that just helps to accelerate your growth tremendously. And it's a real community. It's a lot of fun to be part. It's a lot of fun, like a lot of new friendships. And some of you have been in it. Some of you are in it. Some of you are new. If you want embodiment, I promise you, this is one of the most profound places to be. It really is. And so what I decided is, and this is for the people who are in it, who want to upgrade, or for the people who just want to purchase it now and then like come into alignment right now, new ones, or maybe people who have been in and are like, I'm ready to join again. It can be any other way. So what I will do is, it's normally 5,500 and it's honestly worth every penny. It really is. But now, until Tuesday, I will give you 50% off. I have never done that. And so for the people who know, because I feel that is what Black Friday is, I promised you really extreme deals. So that will be 2,777 euros. Okay, I've never done that, but I want you to be able to come in. There's also a payment plan for this one, which is 277. And there's also a 6-month option. That is 3,333. And then through half, I don't know the exact things, but then you can count. And then there's also a payment plan. So what I will do is I send you an email tomorrow. You can also already respond if you want to know now or you want to access now, because that gives you instant access to the app. And in the app, all of the classes are available, so you can actually start. I would advise you to start with the foundation, listen to the classes so that you get clear, and then we come on board. What is not included in this deal is the personal calls. So if you want to, you can upgrade, but that would be just a little too crazy. So that part is not, but you can still have access to all of the other things. Okay. So are there any questions? I'm staying for, yes, Sisterhood for sure. And also the other programs like Ibiza Live and Spiritual Business Masterclass, which are an act of self-love and development on many, many levels, which you never went like that before, probably. Also Circle of Light. I love it so much. Like, there's just a lot of really, really good stuff available. So if you want everything, that's also available. That's the Inner Circle. You get just access to everything. That's actually pretty easy. A lot of people decided, well, just give me that because I can just be with every masterclass, every like frequency alchemy. I can be with the Circle of Light, the Accelerated, the Mastermind, which is coming up. You get access to all the things. Okay. And so if you want to upgrade, that is also possible. Okay. For the people who actually are like, I just bought a lot and I just give me access to the Circle of Light, also an option. If I wasn't already in, then I would jump on this deal. That's what I like. I like a good deal. And it's interesting because the people who know me know this is a really good deal. Like if you've been following and watching, you know. So that's why I felt like, I'm like Black Friday. I'm like, this is Black Friday, right? It needs to be like massive. And 50% is massive. And I just love to co-create and see you flourish. So no questions. Thank you very much. I joined and it's amazing. The people are wonderful. Life is already elevating. But yeah, you joined last month in the Inner Circle. So good. Veronica also joined the Inner Circle. Yeah. And so it's also nice to see the new people coming in. I love it. Yes, the more, would it be possible for you to run a clearing for me? I'll ask myself. Let's see. Let's see if there are more questions. Really good place for Soul Sisterhood. Yeah. And then when you're there, you're like, ooh, the Ibiza retreat is also really good. Let's go there. I mean, it's just how it is. Then you get used and you're like, oh, this is also good. Yeah. And do not forget the Sisterhood. No, it's massive Sisterhood. I forgot that, but it really is. Let's see. Accelerator Mastermind brought big transformation. Never thought this would be available and possible for me. Yes, she's actually signing her home. So she bought a home in Portugal. So good. So many things happened. So Sigrid, please comment briefly on root chakra. What do you mean with the root chakra? Is there a question or do you want me to tell something about the root chakra? Okay, I think you like, let's give a quick comment because many more are maybe. So the root chakra is for safety. And a lot of the conditioning is like the earth's conditioning is actually connected to the root chakra. And so I think why they are literally not doing the alchemy with that is because we live in a different frequency. So the first chakra is no longer needed because we do not fear, or the unsafety starts to dissipate if you understand who you really are. You are safe. You are taken care of. And so the first chakra is not as important in this alchemy process as the others are, because you start to elevate and operate on a different level, if that makes any sense. So this is my thing about this. Ibiza has inspired me. I'm telling everyone I'm spending 2 weeks in Europe and 1 week of it in Ibiza. Kim is coming, especially from the US, to the Ibiza retreat. So that is also available. That's end of, like in September, will that be? So yeah. Anyway, I love you all. Let's unmute everyone and say goodbye. And I will send you the email so you can just sign up. It's going to be so good.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.